And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to iThinkSPorts podcast with me, your host, Double D, and Buddy.
By the L.
Fuck.
Such
I messed
energy.
that up. Sorry, man.
Such determination. It's been a while.
Oh, man, I missed this. I missed this so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should have done this yesterday already, but...
I miss NBA.
You do?
But it's 6 months and it's Christmas, so...
Yeah, well, I think we're going to have plenty of topics. I have prepared some stuff about greatest of all time in one position and the other, of all time in general, active players. I think we can do a lot of discussions with that shit.
Yeah, definitely. You can pick a different topic about NBA like for each hour of the day and would never run out of it.
At least right now we can, since this is fresh. We have never talked about that. We don't have any books coming out where everything has been discussed already. So, yeah, this year it's going to be a lot of fun. So, what's new in NBA, man? I don't know where to start, really. We missed the draft. We missed...
The finals, the playoffs. What's the newest thing? It's got to be the Evan Turner Ken Bazemore trade, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this morning,
it's fresh. Yeah, we're taping this
nothing happened.
recording this on Wednesday in beautiful Vilnius. So
In fucking hot Vilnius.
hot as balls. So again, if you hear some background noise, cars going and wind blowing, sorry about that right from the get-go, because shit, it's hot and we have all the windows open because we don't have AC because we're poor.
So, yeah, on this subject, if you are like hairspraying your head right now, leave that shit. Try to save the planet and prevent global warming. So,
It's pretty undeniable right now. We're breaking records every single day.
it's propaganda.
True. All right, man. So yeah, Evan Turner to the Hawks. I mean, not a big deal trade. What does it tell you? What do you think of it?
I think it's bigger deal for the Blazers, because if they are keeping Baze is quite a good player. He grew on me the last season, especially because there were definitely talks about him getting moved near the All-Star break to a contender, probably like Houston or something like that, and that never happened. But and he was shut down a bit in favor of Brasila's favorite guy, Huerter. So yeah, that happened. But Bay still maintained a good level of play. He's quite a good defender. Gets a lot of steals. Does an occasional block here and there, and just seems to be a good role player. So it's cool acquisition for Blazers, and especially if they can somehow snatch Kevin Love, that would be
Is that
amazing.
a possibility?
There are definitely rumors that that's a thing. So imagine if they somehow get to pair Dame with Kevin Love. And especially if they get to keep CJ, that would be insane.
To me, Blazers were always that team. Even last year and the year before and the year before, they always had some nice players. They had a good, deep team with guys that can step out of nowhere anytime.
And Terry Stotts is coming back, right? Remember we talked about it? I think he's coming back. And I saw Nurk. Did you see Nurk doing the drills already?
No.
He was like the rope ladder or whatever laid on the floor. You see those in the movies or whatnot. Police Academy, where they are doing this type of quick jab here, and just jumping back and forth. So he was doing that. So that's quite insane, because he went down like in April, and it's now mid-June, let's say.
I thought for sure he's out for a year. Now it seems like he's going to start.
Wait, it's not mid-June anymore. Summer is almost over. Anyway, yeah, it's still crazy.
June.
still crazy. So yeah, that would be interesting. And I think Baze wouldn't be the player who would like, make any fuss about himself, wouldn't demand the ball or whatnot. And you need this type of guys, es- especially in the team when you clearly have like two clear cut stars. Good trade.
Yeah, seems like it. What about the other guys then? Do you know with the Blazers, like they added, Cantor. Is he an expiring?
I think so, yeah, because I think it was the last year on his deal, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. And
And
that's a good
Hood, same
Hood
thing. Yeah.
wouldn't know as well, but that's a good thing because that's a good point you are bringing this up because this year's free agency is insane. Not only with all the big names, who at first looked like, wow, what's going to happen with the NBA, and those two injuries to Clay and KD sort of
Yeah.
shifted everything, and now it's like a done deal with Clay staying, and KD is not playing anyway next year, so it's like that's out of the equation in a way. AD is already on the Lakers, right? So Kyrie is Brooklyn bound, and
Do you think so? Where do you think he's gonna land? I mean, Brooklyn is your
yeah, I
destination.
think it's a done deal by now.
What if he goes to the Lakers, man?
I don't know. It's to me, if, the funny thing, just to finish my point though, that
Yeah.
sometimes the even more interesting part is how the free agency is gonna pan out for the guys like JJ Redick and even like the lesser caliber players like Cantor or Rodney Hood, who put
Mm.
him in a nice position, in a good position, and he can thrive there. So it's gonna be an interesting off season for sure, especially knowing how many teams have the cap space to pull moves.
And now there's another thing that the Rockets are eyeing Jimmy Butler. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw a quick interview from Daryl Morey saying that for sure we are gonna be the favorites to win it all, favorites in the West, especially if we add another guy. And I mean, he's not wrong, I guess. But I don't know. I somehow to me Maury is in a weird position right now because if the rumors of Chris Paul and Harden shenanigans are true, maybe he's just trying to make this influx of positivity into what's gonna be the Houston Rockets next season. So I don't know. Jimmy Butler to me would be such a weird fit on the Rockets team. What do you think? Would he fit good with Harden, who's like very ball dominant, like the most ball dominant player? Maybe you put Westbrook in the same spot, but he was better this last season. So, what do you think?
Man, I don't know who can play with Harden, who's not a star player. Who can play with a guy? Everyone would have a problem with him. Butler, for fuck, sure he would have a problem with. And you combine that with Chris Paul.
Yeah, imagine if like Butler goes there and doesn't get the ball as much as he would want to, and they start losing, and he sees like Philly thriving in the East. He would go like, man, Harden needs to defend and
Oh shit, for sure. Well, Harden.
stuff like
It's
that.
weird because when Jimmy Butler, the whole shenanigans happened this year, which seems like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When all that happened, and there was a lot of rumors that the Rockets were offering like 5 first-round picks or something.
Yeah.
We thought that shit,
Really?
this will make them like the champs. They can really compete for it and maybe beat the Warriors.
Yeah, I remember
But that
now.
was all before Harden became this unstoppable offensive, super guy, and Chris Paul being injured, and obviously before their beef. Now it seems like the worst fit in the world. The worst would be like Kyrie. I don't know. I don't know who'd be worse than Jimmy Butler adding to this whole deal now.
Westbrook.
Yeah. Well, there are players, but Jimmy Butler is pretty damn bad, and I don't see him fixing that stuff. And of course,
What do you mean pretty bad? Like bad fit, you mean, right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a bad player. Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love Jimmy,
You
but
love Jimmy.
he's got an attitude problem, and winning fixes it all. If they can win and prove themselves, be the kings of the West, maybe
It would be a sign and
it's
trade,
different.
though. I read at least that it would be a sign and trade. They are working towards that, like Chris Paul
Yeah.
type of deal. So, who who would they be sending back to Philly? Eric Gordon? Would that be enough? Eric Gordon picks and something, or they are
don't know.
not taking CP3's contract, are they?
No fucking way.
But imagine CP3 with Embiid and Ben Simmons as a four.
With Ben Simmons, I cannot imagine that. No, I mean, they already have a point guard. It's Ben Simmons, and he's big. He can defend. He's young. Cannot shoot for shit, but
What would be the most surprising development to you? Like, the season starts,
it's got to be Ben Simmons' shot.
right? Because that's the reason I asked this question. Imagine Ben Simmons comes and just opening game shoots like 4 of 7 from 3. First of
Man,
all,
some guys just don't have it in them, He's got a bad-looking shot. People debating that he's actually shooting with the wrong hand. No way in hell he's shooting. I mean, he's not even attempting any shots. Like
Yeah.
Giannis, I can imagine him becoming a better shooter because, man, when he's wide open, he can swish it.
he shot all right in the playoffs. I mean,
And he made
wasn't
big shots.
He wasn't poor from 3 or anything like that. You couldn't leave him wide open.
Yeah.
That's basically
I mean, people still
enough.
do, and sometimes he doesn't shoot. He's still hesitant. But when it was time to, say, fuck it and shoot it, he was making them 2 in a row. I mean, that's a big deal for a guy like him who's struggling with it. So I can imagine him. And, I can... Shit, man. Giannis... I guess we should switch to, awards after this. But, man, Giannis, he's got so much potential. I can see him becoming a better passer next year, a better shooter next year. Just a solid mid-range. Oh, man. That would make him the best. You already view him as the best player.
well.
No,
nah,
you said KD, right?
I don't even.
I think
remember,
you jump back and forth.
might have been Ben Simmons for me. No, I don't know. It's arguable who's the best player is, but at this point, but to me about the Giannis, obviously exciting to see what he will bring next season. Because what was impressive to me the most about Giannis throughout his career so far is that every single season he upped his stats. I mean, not only upped his stats, but upped his game a notch. And that's just insane because he's the MVP now. Now we know it, like 2 months after the finals.
Finally.
But anyway, he still manages to improve, and he's, what, 25?
Something like that.
17? No, he's still very young, and definitely he's not even hitting his peak yet.
Fuck no.
So it's just crazy. And anyway, for me, the concerning thing for Giannis is the Bucks. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with the roster there, cause just on the very last BS pod, Mark Stein said that he feels that Milwaukee is gonna offer Chris Middleton the 5-year supermax.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy, and would decapitize your salary cap for 5 years. And you have Bledsoe, who was a no-show in the playoffs on a big deal. And
I agree with you. I thought that the Bucks are going to be better, but now I have doubts too.
What
With
would you do with Brogdon? What would you do with
you gotta keep him.
Brook Lopez though? He earned his money, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't get him for 3.2 million anymore, or
It's-
whatever he's making,
Somebody's going for sure.
right?
And Giannis really wants Middleton to stay, so I guess they will offer whatever to please Giannis. The question is whether Middleton is gonna stay anyway. Because man,
I think
if
he
he
will
wants
stay.
to win, obviously that always depends. If he wants to win, or does he want to get the money?
I think he would stay. If they are throwing him the 5-year supermax, all the other teams can only offer him 4 years. He would
Mhm.
say, "Fuck it." They love him there. He's feeling at home. It's like what, sixth or something season right now in Milwaukee. So he probably grown accustomed to the city. So, and it's a good situation still. You are in the East. You are playing with Giannis. You never know when the cap might increase or whatever. You might get a free agent. It sucks for Giannis that it's in Milwaukee though, because if that was a different market, a bigger market, perhaps you could be a player in the free agency and fish for these big names. Imagine like pairing Kemba with Giannis.
Seems a better fit than Bledsoe now, for sure.
That would be interesting, but it's not happening. I mean, Kemba is not going to Milwaukee. I guess not. I mean, he was in Charlotte, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
At least he's backed up by Jordan. But I got to say, with talking about these small markets in Middleton, my prediction would be that he does stay. But it seems like these guys now get these max contracts and then they demand trades. It seems to me like this is the scenario. I think that they will have a shitty season next season. Well, shitty, I mean, they will make the playoffs, but like second round
Think
exit,
so.
something like that. And he will get pissed off and say, you know what, fuck this. We did not get anybody. We did not get better. I don't see us getting better besides Giannis and myself, perhaps. So I got to go somewhere else and, finally get that living.
Middleton just doesn't strike me as a guy who
Yeah.
would do so.
He doesn't.
He's just
But Kawhi doesn't strike that way either, and yet, he wants to go to LA for some reason. Of course, he's from there, but
yeah, I guess that's the major.
but why not go into Sacramento? So I don't know.
I mean, okay, fine.
No, I'm just saying,
You wouldn't want to live in Landveres, right?
What? Sacramento is a great place, man.
Sacramento is Landveres
Yeah.
of USA.
Yeah. So, we'll see with the Bucks. But man, again, Western Conference just really still staying on this free agency shit and the trades that we saw. We haven't talked about, at least officially in the podcast, about Mike Conley and to the Jazz. And I told you how many awesome teams. Now the Blazers are shaping up if Kevin Love rumors pan out to be true. Fuck, man. Western Conference is, again, just so amazing.
Lottery house.
Oh, man.
It's just gonna be crazy. Warriors as the favorites. Clippers with Kawhi. And,
Clippers with Kawhi. That's so could happen. And, the Lakers have already kind of happened.
So, quick question for you. Would you like Kawhi to stay in Toronto?
No, I want to see him in the Clippers.
Right?
Yeah.
Just for the fuck of it? Like, you want to see the change, or you like... would
I don't
root
like
for the
Toronto.
Clippers
I
then?
never liked that team.
Ooh.
I
Take
don't
that, Masai Ujiri.
I don't like their players. Now I think their fan base is bullshit. I don't like Drake.
Because they... Okay.
I like him as a rapper, though. When the starters had the... They
when,
have
when
like...
they had a podcast.
Come on, man. Don't laugh at that. But they have Lee Ellis and that...
jobs.
And Trey Kirby going to, talk with the guys on the streets. And I don't remember who was it, but they were in the Bay Area asking people about Drake's shenanigans and all that. Some people are shitting on him and this and that. And one guy, what did he say? I don't remember exactly. He was like, man, I'm going to tell him, like, you suck. But I probably won't. I mean, it's still Drake. I'll probably ask for an autograph. Such a good answer, man. Because still, it's Drake, man. Just hate his bullshit.
See, the Americans can be nice too, not only Canadians.
So yeah, Kawhi with the Clippers with that amazing and awesome and just weird, but in a good way team. Man, that would be fun to watch.
Which is wow. I mean, yeah, I know Kawhi was traded to Toronto, but do you think if he was a free agent, he would have been there anyway, just because of health? Because there's a free health care in Canada. The coaches, nurse. No. Just thought of it. Very funny. Thanks.
I like Nick Nurse, though. Nick Nurse is a good
like him
coach.
too. He's the man.
Yeah.
And it's cringy that man, Budenholzer, he's a good dude too, but he got the award for the right now after, like, I don't know. It's just the award show. I'm boycotting it. I'm not watching the thing until it's actually. To me, the solution is simple. It's either do it the old way, as it was, just randomly give the awards whenever they are playing the home
Which
game.
is not the best idea. I can understand that. I could see that.
If you want to have this award show, right, if you want to generate revenue in this way, blah, 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 just there's 3 or 4 days gap after the regular season and the playoffs. Sure, it would be difficult to get people in the room because different teams are playing, in different venues, different cities. But Harden was not here from what I've heard. He's in China right now doing his Adidas promotion shit. PG was not there too, so I don't know. I didn't see.
I can imagine that.
I didn't see one clip from the event. I saw Shaq rapping, if you can. And yeah,
I saw something that he was making fun of the Raptors, like, you guys beat like one Warrior.
Golden State Warrior.
Yeah. So I guess it's fun to have an award show. And, of course, that would be so tough. That would be impossible to do, getting ready for the playoffs. But maybe then you make a bigger gap between the playoffs. Again, less games, wider gaps in between. Stuff could happen.
Yeah.
But now,
point,
yeah,
man.
you can see people being disinterested. Like, I can easily imagine, like, Kevin Durant or Steph Curry, for example, having amazing season, being voted for the MVP, but not showing up because they lost the championship. Just...
sure.
saying, fuck this, I'm going off.
Fuck your awards.
Yeah.
Or, like, if you are really salty, just don't accept the award. Like, say fuck it and just,
Yeah, so what the fuck are we talking about? I mean, this is one of the most prestigious awards. MVP, at least.
I mean...
We always count MVPs.
Casey got the Coach of the Year award when he was jobless.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I mean, I don't have a job. I'm unemployed right now, so I'll take what I can
kind
get.
of a travesty, really.
But I don't know. I don't get what's their rationale behind it.
Well, our national basketball...
Oh,
they
come
took
on.
the recipe from us, man.
Don't do this.
But I think, leagues have that shit done, right? In soccer, don't they? Like, after everything's said and done. But again, then you should judge it not just based on the regular season. You should judge it on overall. And then Kawhi is the MVP.
Yeah.
Most likely.
It's just absurd to me. I don't know. No point in discussing it even further because there's no real valid arguments for having this shit show after 2.5 weeks when it's all clear, so you know who's the winner of the whole thing, which is the goal of every player. You know who the MVP of the finals is, which is again the probably the most important award that you can get, and then you're gonna hand out Rookie of the Year. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
Do you
and
know
how weird is it? I mean, really, the championship itself really got less value this year than ever. I mean, we were in the middle of the fucking finals, and people were talking about AD and possible moves and CP getting in trouble with Harden.
But that's
It's just a bunch of rumors, a bunch of nonsense. People not always projecting. Even now, fuck this fucking media, man. I saw an article on ESPN. I didn't read it, but I just saw, the headline where people are already mocking up the draft for the next year.
Sure, why not? I mean,
This is just
yeah,
so
this
stupid,
is.
man.
I saw a great post on Reddit. I think it was like stats listed of the award winners. Cause fair enough, right? These guys who won the awards, they all deserved it. And by the way, what an international like crop for the year. Gobert winning Defensive Player of the Year, France, Giannis from Greece, the MVP, Siakam from Cameroon, right?
Nice. Senegal, maybe?
I think it's Cameroon. What
Could be, yeah.
don't quote
Oh,
me
yeah,
that.
he said he was watching Samuel Eto'o.
So Luka from Slovenia, obviously. So
Shit, man.
right.
Donald Trump, work on the wall all over the
So
United States.
yeah, and what was I saying? Oh yeah, that it's so reactionary and people want everything so fast because Giannis stats on his rookie season, during his rookie season, were like 7 points per game or something. A lot of people called him a bust when he was still 18 maybe or 19 that.
And
I
he
think
was
it
just
was
like
18.
a toothpick.
Right, Siakam, what was he in his rookie year? 2.3 points per game or something like that.
That's why we're going to talk about the draft class of 2017. Stay tuned. Yeah, finish your point, man.
It was someone else who wasn't that great in his rookie year.
I mean,
So
Kawhi
just-
wasn't exactly Michael Jordan.
He couldn't shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And now he's like automatic. He's
Shit, man. Yeah, the same thing with I mean, I don't want to
With
say that
Lonzo?
Tony Parker's in the same league, but look, Dirk, man, had problems at the first year. He had a lot of problems with the physicality of the game. He said that he hated it and he didn't feel like he belonged himself.
another teaser for the 2017 class, Lauri Markkanen. Some people think that he might be better than Dirk when it's all said and done. So I don't know. Those
Okay.
people should apologize.
Said Manny's
right
good,
here,
and
right
now
now.
I feel bad. So yeah, Giannis is the MVP, and James Harden so Giannis gets 941 points. I don't know what that means. Whatever.
He ran away with it, right? The points.
I'm not sure what means running away with it. I mean, Harden has 776,
I think though that
so a gap of 165.
but they have to like what is like 120 something or 104. I think it's 121 maybe or something like that. Journalists and media members vote for these awards. It's like same as anyway.
Well, him and Harden ran away with it because they were the only ones who got first and second place votes.
Yeah, but Giannis got like 78 or something.
Yeah, and
first
Harden got
place.
23. Yeah.
Right, that's what I mean by running away with it. So yeah,
Yeah, so then it's Paul George, 356, Nikola Jokic, 212, and Steph Curry.
oh Steph Curry making the 5.
It's
Cool
pretty much
stuff.
what we predicted, right?
I think so. Just probably jumbling.
It was a
up
debate
bit.
between Jokic and Embiid, but Embiid is actually Damian Lillard is after Steph, and Embiid is number 7 after Lillard.
LeBron got 1 vote, right?
He did.
1 vote.
Fuck LeBron. Rudy fucking Gobert got 1 vote.
My man.
Russell Westbrook got a vote.
But
What the
LeBron
fuck, man?
got 1 vote, right? Single
Both
vote.
of them won, yeah.
I think it was. I think I read that it was
I mean, it's 5th place vote, so okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, Rudy Gobert.
NBA.com fans voted for LeBron. I think because they have like 1 vote.
And Westbrook got 2 4th place votes and 2 5th place votes.
So probably from the guy who Westbrook never answers a question from.
Please like me, daddy. Yeah, this is a bit stupid, man. Pisses me off. So yeah, this is the vote. I mean, this is what we agreed upon, right? You picked Giannis. Yeah,
for
we
sure.
both picked Giannis for sure. We picked Luka as a rookie of the year. He's rookie of the year. Let me just take a look at who's the top five. Because top five is, to me, it was pretty clear.
It was essentially the 5 guys drafted in the first 5 picks.
Yeah,
That-
the only maybe question could have been Shea Gilgeous, but okay. Jaren Jackson, DeAndre Ayton. What the fuck? Colin Sexton is number 5.
Come on, man.
I mean, okay, they have just a few votes.
What are they gonna do now, though?
But Shea
Cleveland?
Gilgeous is next, and number 7 is only Bagley Jr.
Oh,
Bagley
Bagley
third.
Jr., same guy who was voted for All NBA third team.
Yeah, this is
I know
stupid.
the guy, by the way. I have it listed. I think I saw it. Maybe I don't remember.
Man,
anymore.
Sixth Man of the Year, Lou Williams, just as predicted, but Domantas Sabonis made it as a top 3
Wow,
nominee.
interesting.
So he finished second, man. I mean, Lou ran away with it, fair and square, but yeah, Sabonis actually had one first place vote.
Probably from Indiana-based
Yeah.
journalist.
Terrence Ross finished 5th. Derrick Rose finished 6th. Dwayne Wade finished 7th.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for when they reveal the full list of who voted.
Yeah, that's
how.
going to be a separate
It's
podcast,
gonna
man.
be interesting. It's already been leaked who was the guy who voted for Bagley.
Who
For
was it?
I don't remember the name now, and my phone is dead. So, but yeah, and Jackie McMullen. How about that?
Jackie McMullen?
No. Her argument, she didn't have LeBron in the 5 spots for the. She didn't have LeBron even on her All NBA teams, and that's what I wanted to say. And her argument was that LeBron like quit on his team or whatever, like
Well,
mentally and whatever, and she voted Kyrie
true.
for second team though. So it's I don't know.
Kyrie for second team?
Yeah.
Well, she's a Boston girl.
But it's I don't know.
But yeah, that's stupid. I
It
mean,
goes both ways then, right? Because
look, there's so much contradictory because there's so many votes that you need to hang out and so many arguments that you need to make for so many players. Sometimes people contradict themselves, and I did
think-
that as well.
I think what plays a role in this award vote receiving thing is that this is in a way an access game too for all the media members, because everybody knows that Windhorst is a LeBron guy. Ramona Shelburne is the LA gal, and think
She is really?
think so, no? But anyway,
Whatever, yeah.
yeah.
I get your
so-
point.
And in order to maintain this, you sort of have to give your due when it's your time
political,
to do.
for sure.
So you vote for a certain person, for a certain player, and that player is definitely gonna see who voted for him. Because I mean, imagine if it's this interesting for us, the fans, how interesting and captivating it is for the players. Like, okay, who voted for me, man? Sure, I'm gonna treat the person who voted for me all NBA differently next time I see the
Yeah.
dude.
It is political for sure, but I mean, we're talking about really who made the 5th place in some shitty run.
Sure, that doesn't matter, but how about all
All
NBA?
NBA teams, though, yeah, that's tough. Who do you think should vote then? Because media is too political.
I don't know. Maybe
They're too much entangled. I've heard a great point with when this whole Magic drama went down. It probably wasn't BS. And they said that I just really wish that some independent writer, from Portland or Boston or something, could
Sacramento.
yeah, somebody remotely not entangled with the Bus family and all that. Because everybody's like, oh, Jeannie Buss, she's so great. She's always good for me. She's good at establishing great relationships with everybody, so nobody really wants to shit on her. So their point was that, I wish that somebody who doesn't have that relationship, just objective bystander, could just write up a piece about what the fuck happened and how much of a travesty this was.
And you mean someone like apart from Simmons himself? Because he's like shitting obviously all over Genie Bus
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, true.
And good for him. Because, I mean, Simmons looks like a real guy. I mean, he just speaks his truth. And at least his argument for LeBron, for not putting LeBron on any of the first three teams, first All NBA teams, yeah. At least you can live with it. Not making the playoffs, missing a lot of games. It makes sense, right?
But wait, who did he pick over him? I mean, our argument was always that there's nothing much that you can pick from. And he picked like what, Aldridge?
Can't remember now. It was
Or
either
Blake? No, Blake made it anyway. So it had to be like Aldridge.
I think he wanted to put the Wizards dude. What's Bradley Beal?
Oh, but he's not a
Dwight
forward.
Howard.
He's a guard.
Does it matter though?
Yeah. In all NBA teams?
Does it?
Yes.
Okay. I see how far we are removed from this. That I don't know.
So all defensive NBA teams. Oh, shit, man. What I'm talking about. All defensive player of the year.
Do you remember all defensive teams now?
Yeah, it was fun. Rudy Gobert runs away with it. Kind of, really. I mean, no contest. I like that post by PG Tucker. If you complain a lot, you'll get it. Seriously, man, I thought that PG was the guy this year. And he was nowhere near in the second place either. Giannis finished up in the second place with 280 points. Paul George with 150. And then we got Joel Embiid with 26. Miles Turner with 15. And, yeah, Draymond Green, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Smart.
Miles Turner, so he finished fifth in all like defensive player of the year vote, but wasn't on one of the teams, right?
Yeah, because Joel is ahead of him and Rudy's ahead of him.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And I totally agree with that.
I know that Chris Webber would like to put him
Chris Webber can
because he led the league in blocks.
Chris Webber can lead the league in blocks for all I care. I'm not mad at all about Rudy winning it. I honestly don't remember who I would have voted for.
I think you picked
Might
Rudy.
be you thinking that just because you know how much I like Rudy Gobert.
Could
He's
be
a great player.
I think that was the only thing that I did not get. Maybe both of us did not get right now that I think of it.
I might have wanted to vote for either PG or Giannis. Probably not Giannis, but it's cool to see that Giannis was way up there. And just, speaks a lot about the defensive capabilities of PG.
Yeah.
Playing with the, broken or whatever shoulder part of the season.
And then we have most improved. Obviously, Pascal Siakam, again, runs away with it. Just no
second?
controversy here, really. Just besides Defensive Player of the Year.
Was he
a little
unanimous?
bit. No, D'Angelo Russell got his votes, 12 first-place votes. De'Aaron Fox, man. I love the guy, but he got one. What the fuck? Okay, so, Jesus Christ. De'Aaron Fox got one first-place vote for Most Improved Player of the Year.
That's all right. I'm not mad.
There's another guy who got one vote for first place
Dwayne Wade.
in Most Improved. You're kind of close, I would say.
So LeBron. Carmelo.
Take a real guess. D-Wade was kind of real. Let me see if he's actually nominated anywhere. Giannis actually has been nominated.
Oh.
No, Dwayne Wade is not part of a conversation.
Well,
here.
fair enough, though. Giannis, improved.
Yeah, that's not a travesty.
Because it was Steph who was real close of winning Most Improved on one of his MVP years. And I was totally behind that.
Yeah, it's not a
Because
travesty.
he was just that much better the next season.
So anyway, it was Derrick Rose who got the first place.
What the fuck? I would have never guessed it.
This is stupid.
Don't you sometimes just forget that Derrick Rose is still in the league? It's just
I do, yeah. And then I see like free agent tracker, and on the headline it's his picture, and I'm like, oh yeah, Derrick Rose will be a free agent. Where he's gonna go?
yeah, probably just stay a free agent. No, of course he will get. Hey,
After this season,
Derrick
man?
Rose is a free agent this year.
Yes.
Lakers. Veterans
Wow.
minimum on the Lakers. Isaiah
Wow.
Thomas, veteran minimum for the Lakers.
Jesus. Kevin Love.
Yeah.
No, then you pick Carmelo and you're good to go.
Oh man, come on. We said what's new in the NBA. Just remember, Cavs are reportedly like contemplating releasing J.R. Smith. So again, layers.
For sure, right?
I don't know. Would LeBron take him back?
Come on,
Okay,
man.
just
it's
promise
part of the
you
deal.
remember this.
Sometimes he has these moments. It's
Just
part of the
promise
deal.
you're gonna pay attention now, okay?
You'll take that shit for, 6 straight threes in game 6 of the finals. You will take that. I mean, JR is capable of both. Being completely trash and being awesome sometimes and save you the game.
Yeah, fair. I mean, if he wouldn't have these bad moments, he wouldn't be J.R. Smith. He would be someone much better, like Robert Covington.
All right, so the last one is Coach of the Year. And again, we guessed it right. Mike Budenholzer.
So,
We didn't
very
see him
interesting.
Coach of the Year during the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely didn't. This is funny. I mean, Budenholzer should just call Nick Nurse and give it to him, maybe.
Fun fact, Nick Nurse is number 9.
Not so fun for Nick Nurse, I guess. But he will take championship over this award.
Sure. When you become a champion, man, this shit,
Nothing else matters.
you're actually a Coach of the Year. If you're a championship team coach, think about how much praise Ty Lue gets.
Yeah, but
He's
I
not
mean,
even
that's
close.
not deserved at all. I'm climbing on that hill and I'm fucking staying on that hill. And I mean, Ty Lue isn't a good coach by any means.
Terrible.
What the fuck did he do to deserve
He's
any
a clueless
praise?
coach, completely clueless.
He might be a player's coach. Like now, there's Iguodala on some pod speaking about Mark Jackson, how he was a complete player's coach. Did you maybe hear that?
I'm sure I have.
Saying that
A lot of people like Mark Jackson. I know that.
sure, and like that he had like a little chapel or whatever, indeed.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was.
There are guys
preaching
like
and
that.
things like that. And Mark Jackson did whatever for the player to get paid and things like that. Lou might be the player's coach. Maybe that's where the narrative stems from. But
Yeah, someone who you like to play for, but you cannot really count on when it's time
Yeah.
to make decisions
What the fuck is he gonna
about
do?
plays and shit.
And to me, it was outrageous when, like, how are you gonna disrespect Ty Lue by not offering him 5-year deal for the Lakers? Fuck out of here, man! You're getting as long of a deal as LeBron gets. That's been your whole coaching career. Fuck off.
Yeah. So Doc Rivers finished second, actually. I don't think we put him in top 5.
Maybe
Mike Malone,
mentioned him.
number 3.
There were a lot of good coaches this year.
Yeah, Nick McMillan, Kenny Atkinson, then Dave Yeager. Fuck, man. Dave Yeager. Top, what is he like? 6th. And he's out of Sacramento. So, again, good job, Sacramento. Fuck, man. I love Sacramento. I would like to root for that team, but they're making stupid fucking decisions.
But
and
they
shooting
definitely
themselves in
not
the
as poorly run as they were previously, and they are like 2 levels above Lakers and Suns right now, so that's cool. And
well, in
Nets,
terms of what their
course.
players are doing, yeah. But again, that's part of Dave Yeager. Why the fuck are you getting rid of him?
Yeah, and I'm not sure what's the deal. What's wrong with the guy? Because he was good in Memphis and they sack him, and he was good in Sacktown and they sack
Seriously?
him as well.
Oh, right. I think I remember.
So I don't know what's the deal here.
Maybe he's like beefing too much with the front
But
office.
I wouldn't say you wouldn't tell. I think that he's a cool, down to earth guy. Probably just the team's expectations or whatever didn't align with.
Well, he might have beefed with Kings because they were really up to, play
they're the
these
Kings.
players. Yeah.
Although 2017 draft class.
Okay, so let's talk about draft then, right? Let's just real quick. I mean, there's nothing much to discuss there. Again, not much drama, nothing really unpredictable.
What do you think about the hat situation? Because that's a hot topic these days. Because everyone is raving like, oh, NBA, what are you doing? All these players, all these rookies get the different hats than they will actually be playing for.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You mean the caps that they put on?
Yeah.
The team caps?
Like,
what's the...
I mean, everyone is
what's
like...
the beef?
Everyone is angry at the NBA, I guess. Like, for not allowing to finalize the trades. So the guy would actually get the cap he would, for the team he would go for, not for the wrong team. I don't know. For me, I don't care. So
yeah, this is nonsense. that again, that just shows you how dull this draft was. I mean, you're a draft buff, sort of. I mean, compared to me, you're a draft geek. What did you think of the picks? Anything surprise you? You were high on Garland, but he did not go that high.
He went 5th. So
yeah, so not 4th.
But to Cleveland though, so that's fucked up.
That's funny. That's funny.
And they have Sexton, so I don't know. They will try to recreate. They will try to recreate the Lowry and Van Vliet backcourt.
Yeah, let me just real quick put up the draft.
So what's the guy's name? The first pick.
So yeah, Zion going to the Pelicans. I mean, that was a given. John Moran going to the Memphis. That was pretty much obvious. But what do you think of RJ Barrett to the Knicks? You're wearing the Knicks jersey.
Yeah, once a Knick, always a Knick. Right, Porzingis? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of excited to see how RJ is gonna look like, because he seems like well composed type of dude. Chill. Well, I think he's 19.
Seems to me as well. Seems to me like he's a pro already.
He's 19, right?
He's ready for this.
I think he's 19.
Let me just check.
He's got to be 19. Just say
he is.
Nice.
Just turned.
Right, I knew that. So it's a shit show in New York, as it always is. They traded Porzingis to make cap room for KD, and I don't know.
Jesus, this happened this year.
Yeah.
Man.
Remember that? Remember Porzingis? A player who Dallas is reportedly gonna hand out 5 years Supermax, 158 million, I think. So fucking crazy, because I wouldn't do it.
For like a whole week, everyone has been shitting on them.
But would you? Yeah, okay, so just...
Fuck no, I thought this was stupid.
No, not the trade itself, but if you are Dallas, would you offer Porzingis Supermax?
I guess you have to, right? I mean, they like those international players. And him with Luka...
It's a huge risk, though.
It is. But...
The
time showed Dallas is not capable of attracting free agents for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, all I hear that Dallas is an amazing place to live and play. They have great fans. Great owner, really.
Yeah, willing to invest.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Always is. This is a testimony. I mean, offering the guy right away, coming off the ACL tear. Big guy who's shit, man. Who knows how he's going to look. Was he playing a little? Was he training? What was happening with him? He was training though, right? With the Mavericks.
No,
he was never geared up.
I don't think so.
I mean, not like for the game, but okay.
No, I don't think so.
I might be dreaming.
He was beat up in Latvia. That I know.
Oh shit! Seriously. Yeah, and I'm checking Darius Garland, and he's like 6'2", so there's no way that they can play like It's almost like Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas combination. It's
What is
impossible.
Kyrie? Kyrie is 6'2", right?
Yeah, 6'1" maybe.
So yeah, even Kyrie and D'Angelo talks were a bit funny.
Yeah, this is
In Brooklyn, if they would pair them up, I mean, Lowry is a plus defender, and Van Vliet can be a frisky defender too. So at least you have this going on, even though they're undersized as a backcourt, like a combo. So
yeah, but they don't start together. I'm just thinking like you're building your career based on these two prospects. How are you going to build around them?
got to build around Tristan Thompson, I guess. East still around through the Cavs.
Yeah.
What do you think about RG?
I like RJ Barrett.
Right?
I don't like that
Ja?
he doesn't shoot well, but that's fixable. We all know that it is, but yeah.
We talked about Ben Simmons, right? And I read about RG that he tweaked his shot, worked with Drew Hanlon, I think. And
It seems to me like he's a capable shooter, it's just, not good shooter.
tweaking your shot at this stage in your career, sure, you're just starting in the NBA, but you probably played since you were like 7, 8, maybe even younger. So you most likely shot the same way throughout your career. Of course.
So you think he cannot do that?
I'm just saying that it's a fucking hard thing to do.
But when is really when you start shooting over your head like a pro? Because I started like 15, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you are around this age, perhaps, when you are like
And he's 19
physically
now.
capable of doing that, like you are physically strong enough
Yeah.
to flick your wrist and just let it go. So yeah, but
And be accurate with it. My point is that you're kind of tweaking every single year just to start doing it, and then actually be starting to become accurate with it.
yeah, but if
There's
you're
gonna be
changing
tweaks.
the whole mechanics of your shot, that's fucking tough.
It is.
Just look at Markel Fultz. Pum pum
Oh,
pum.
Jesus,
2017 draft class.
Yeah, it's. But despite that, man, I'm sorry for clearing my throat. I just what's the word when you cannot speak?
Mute.
Anyway, I have a scratchy throat. Sorry about that, guys. I'm
What's
gonna do
the
that
word though?
for
I'm
quite a lot.
interested now.
I don't know. Let me look it up. Nah, not right now. But I like RJ. DeAndre Hunter. Do you know this guy? Picked up by the Lakers.
By the Lakers?
Well, then traded to Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Why New Orleans? What the fuck? I'm telling you, man. I'm
Dude,
so lost
it was
with this shit.
the same AD trade. So the Lakers had the 4th pick. They traded.
No, but New Orleans did not end up with this guy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Lakers traded it to New Orleans, and New Orleans traded it to
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that the deal's not finalized. So
Yeah, that's funny, right?
But I think they have to have some sort of legal agreement, like legally binding stuff. Because imagine if they pull this off, like that
AD's
would
already
be
in a Space
ridiculous.
Jam. We're like, what?
Yeah, and it would be so ridiculous. But
It is ridiculous, right? To agree upon something that's going to happen in the future while we still have all this shit going on.
yeah, and at the end of the day, we arrived to to July 30th, and oh wait, what did we do? And
Let me recalculate.
They
I forgot.
everything.
So Lakers are capable of pulling that shit off. Oh man.
Yeah, if anyone is, it's Lakers, and yeah. So I don't know about the Hunter. I mean, Atlanta must love him, and it's maybe that's why they traded Baze out, just to make more minutes for him. Because I don't think that Turner is in any like long-term plans. Maybe they will just I don't know, buy him out or something. Maybe that's an possibility. By the way, Turner made his money, so I think he might go. he would be a good candidate to go to the Lakers. I think he would be a good fit with LeBron. Sort of can play make a little bit, just as a veteran minimum type of guy. He would be a
Which Turner?
Evan Turner.
Oh, you think he's not going to stay with the Hawks?
I don't think so. Just I think.
Sure, yeah, you need guys like that, and he can definitely do stuff. I mean, I think he was the one, right, who stepped up big time against the Nuggets. It was him and Hood, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, might be.
Yeah, just a guy who's not a J.R. Smith.
Man, I really loved his game on the Celtics. He was the man there. I mean, he wasn't like the superstar or star or whatever, but he would be good for like 7 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, steal and block. That's the game I appreciate. And he would play make as well and defend a little. So, I don't know. A good player. And but talking about the Hawks, they drafted Reddish as well with pick 10. So they would have Hunter and Reddish and Trae Young and 2017 draft class, John Collins. So yeah, they have something going on there, and of course Kevin Huerter. So
do you think next year we'll see more of tanking, or do you think these teams are going to try? Because like the Suns, they did not win anything from the tanking, from the tankathon.
Yeah, Suns, man. Let's not even go there. Fuck that. Let's not even. Just ignore the Suns until they are relevant. So I don't know about the tanking, but I think some teams will. Especially, I think New York might. New York might just give all the minutes Kevin Knox and RJ can handle. And if I'm New York, I would just give one more season to Nilikina and just play him 48 minutes per game just to see if he can develop into a player. If not, just fuck out of here and you're not good and you are a bust, and let's just admit it.
So wait, where's your guy Taco Fall? I'm looking at this.
I don't think he was drafted. Maybe he was like the 58 pick or something.
No, I don't see him.
No?
But I think I saw on his Wikipedia or something like that he's part of the Celtics.
Yeah, he will play for the Summer League for the Celtics, I heard. My guy. He's not my guy, dude. He's a guy.
Well, you liked him.
No. Did I? No. I just knew him, I guess.
So anyway, in the next couple of years, a lot to be seen from this draft class. I mean, obviously Zion, who we believe is going to be good right away. Who do you think, besides him, Morant and Barrett? Because those guys should be good right away, right?
I don't know.
Hard to say.
Ja is very good athletically, like a capable dude, a gifted dude in this regard. I don't know. Memphis will have Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Nice.
So that's a good couple of dudes. If they can finally get rid of Chandler Parsons' contract.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. That's
See, Memphis might be the one tanking.
Yeah, Memphis.
Get another high draft
Finally,
pick.
they look bad.
Did you read anything from that mock draft for 2020?
Nah, fuck that, man. Look, as I said, I'm not a draft guy, and the reason is it's hard to really. Some people pretending to be geniuses and laugh. I mean, obviously there were some shitty picks, like the one that you told me about.
Who?
Who picked?
Suns?
So the Suns, yeah, the Suns fucked
of course
up.
they did.
They picked 35
Cam Johnson.
overall guy, yeah. So I guess that's laughable, but it's hard to really gauge and understand how these guys gonna replicate their games in the NBA. That's a tough fucking thing to do. And really, you have to look at the couple years, and really after 3 years, you can finally understand who the player is. So there's a lot of development going on. I mean, we're talking about guys that are 19, 18, 20. There are who are 23, but still, for the most part.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm looking, I want to talk about the draft of 2017. because there were some shitty picks made, obviously, and there were some high picks and low picks in the lottery made lottery picks made that were quite a busts. But yet people talked about certain guys after the first season like they're the shit, and the other ones that they are crap. So I just want to review with you.
Like this shit and crap. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Just want to review with you the draft of 2017 and talk about who can we expect to be the star
Wait, though.
next season.
But are we taking a break now? Can we have a timeout?
Yeah, sure. Let's grab a sip of water. Stay tuned, guys. All right, guys. So we're back and live again. So, man, 2017 draft. First pick, Markelle Fultz. I don't want to talk about too much. Spend too much time talking about this guy. It's just a travesty that that he's dealing with, and very unfortunate. I mean, really, no shame on a guy. Maybe
no other
shame
way
on
to
the-
put it.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, though, what really happened. Maybe there's gonna be a documentary 15 years from
At
now.
some point, it has to.
Or
come out.
maybe nobody will care by that point. But yeah, when thinking about Markel, I just remember Chuck's comments to Twitter, to a tweet, I guess, or something like that. Like Markel, shitting on Markel Fultz, and Chuck was like, you know what, fuck off, you're sitting in your mom's basement, as he usually says,
Yeah.
and just don't have a job, and everyone's talking about Markel because everyone is pulling for him. But just weird stuff. What happened? Like, we just talked about tweaking your shots. What happened there?
That was everybody made fun of him. People, players,
Yeah, well,
media discussing it for like 2 weeks.
he tweaked his shot, right, from game to game. Just
Yeah, and
I-
seriously, from game to game,
I now see like the free throw
Oh my God.
shot.
that wobble
crazy.
shit that he was doing.
Yeah, so it fucking sucks, and he's now on the Magic roster.
Is he ever gonna play?
I don't know.
Is he
It's
one
tough
of
to
those guys
say.
that it's over after next year?
It's what do you do though if you are Magic after his rookie contract expires?
If you're Magic, you just fucking give it up to Seattle. Fuck that team, man.
No, but seriously though, after his rookie deal expires, do you try extending him on
What
what
is the rookie
basis?
deal? 4 years?
I think so, yeah.
So he's got 2 more. Well, if he doesn't change anything, of course you don't keep him. Just because, he was number 1 pick, it doesn't mean that he's going to turn out to be something.
But
Seems like he's mentally flawed at some point. You got to talk about his mental game.
yeah, but I mean, on what basis would you extend him? Would you offer him money and a place on your roster? On what grounds?
Well, next season he's got to play
okay.
more.
I remember he's the youngest player ever to.
Well, he's got those capabilities, and I was high on him since last playoffs because in the playoffs he was playing in the playoffs, right? I think that's when he had that triple double. No,
He got it. Maybe you are confusing it with the Sixers run that they had 16 or something games in a row when they won, when all the other teams were tanking, and it was a huge deal. Oh wow, look at the Sixers! So
Yeah.
during that run, he made this triple double, and during the playoffs, he didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't
at
play.
all, I think maybe just a minute here and there, but
he did have a good stretch, but in that season he only played 14 games. He played 1 game, then had 70 game gap, and then came back to finish it off. And his average was 70.1 points per game, 3.1 rebounds. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about? The guy played 14 games, but last season he played only 19.
so not all NBA eligible, right?
19 games. Well, I guess an increase in points and in rebounds, but I mean, again, this is not good. how's it called? Sample size.
Yeah.
Just not legitimate sample size to talk about this guy of anything being legitimate. So next season, he's got to play at least like 50 games, and maybe he can score like 10 points and have 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Okay, then you're kind of optimistic for the year 4, and then you kind of if he improves, then you give him the contract. But man, he's got a lot of work to do, a lot of proving to do, and I hope that he can do it. But this is not worthy of talking about. This was such a blow for the Sixers. Again, blowing a fucking pick, number 1 pick for that matter.
And you traded up for him.
Yeah, gave up assets.
Gave up Tatum.
I guess so.
Yeah, they traded Tatum. They traded number 3 for number 1 because Boston had it.
Yeah. So number 2 pick is Lonzo Ball, another guy who's not exactly impressive, but at least he's well-rounded. What I like about Lonzo, first season, 10 points, almost 7 rebounds, and 7 assists.
6.2 rebounds, right?
6.9 I have.
Okay.
I did it with my, I
you
punched
looked at
everything with my hand.
LavarBall.com/stats. Sure.
But again, not a durable guy. Only 52 games in the first year. In the second year, only 47. And his stats actually went down a little bit, but obviously that's going to happen when LeBron James is joining the squad with a bunch of, Rajon Rondos and Lances and stuff. So I don't know what to think of this guy. I mean, first 2 picks, first 2 years for these 2 guys kind of suck. I'm still high on Lonzo. I like his well-roundedness and the way he defends. But this is a second pick we're talking about.
So, first season, I mean, Lonzo now played 2 years. I think he played total of 99 games.
Yes.
Right? That's the same. So, missed almost a season.
Yep.
Well, not a full season, right? But something like that. Close to a full season in that span. But, yeah, I was never a fan of Lonzo. I think his shot is one of the ugliest ever. That's tough to look at. I don't think he's a good shooter, and I'm personally a fan of shooters. I think basketball should be based on good shooting. So never was a fan of him, never was a fan of his family, of his father, of his brothers, whatever. But Lonzo is actually a good dude. I mean, he seems like a good dude and
completely different than his father.
Yeah, and quite a nice player as well. So just a while ago, I spoke about Evan Turner being quite a nice role player with those all-around stats, and Lonzo's 10 points, as you mentioned, almost 7 rebounds, like 6.5 or whatever assists, and good defense. Like, Lonzo is really a good defender. It's not just a good defender. He's a really good defender. He's a savvy defender. I think you might compare him to lesser version of Draymond Green, because obviously they don't look anything similar to each other. Because one
I get your point. Yeah,
is a big, but yeah, he's a good, not only a good one-on-one defender, but a good team defender. And to me, having drafting a guy with the number 2 pick, someone like Lonzo, it's not burning a pick. I would take it, because just think of other number 2 picks like Hashim Thabit or other other bums.
I mean, that's good enough. That's a fucked up pick,
It's
man.
so easy. Picks these days are so overrated, overvalued by the teams, and it's so easy to miss out on a player, and it's so very difficult to pick a good guy from the draft. It's not every year that you get an easy target like Zion.
Yep.
It's not every season that Luka Doncic is in the draft, and it's a shame on the other 4 teams who didn't want to trade for him, who didn't want to pick him, and would rather take DeAndre Ayton, who's all right, I guess, but is he anything special? Not really.
Nope.
So what will his career turn to be? We don't know for sure, but well, I mean, we'll see. He might have the potential, but what I'm saying is that teams overvalue the picks, because this is the NBA these days is an asset management game, and if you can take a guy like Lonzo Ball on the rookie deal for 3 or 4 years, you do it, and you are happy with it.
Yeah, I think so, man. I mean, I definitely agree that it's hard to make picks, and that's my point. That you need to judge their true capabilities over a span of several seasons, because
give them a rookie contract, and then make then judge them.
Then have another draft.
Yeah, surely there are people like Josh Jackson who show. Yeah, but we will get to him, right? So Lonzo, I don't know. It sucks that he missed like a half a season for both years, so that sucks. But it's probably just bad luck, just unfortunate. I don't know. What do you think he will do on New Orleans? Do you like the fit there?
I think it's gonna be great. Him with Zion, and he plays with Ingram well. I think he's just the guy who doesn't need the ball that much, but he yet coordinates the offense.
Yeah. I mean,
that's why him and Draymond have similarities.
Yeah, ball doesn't stay with him a lot. And Draymond is essentially a point guard on the Warriors.
Yeah, that's insane.
But he holds the ball probably as much as Clay does. And Clay doesn't. He just shoots it.
So, he can do well with Zion and Drew. Oh, Jesus, they had Drew.
Do you think they trade Drew, though?
I don't think so.
Would you move Drew?
Well, it depends. How old is he? Do you know how old is he?
31.
No,
I think.
Oh, jeez, man. You screwed me.
Might be 29. Oh, no, Mike Conley is 31.
Seriously, Mike Conley's 31?
Yeah, what would you have said? He's older?
Yeah.
Right.
He's got that old man
What do you think
game.
Al Horford is?
29.
Al Horford?
Yeah.
33.
No, I know he's older, but...
Did you listen to the
33?
BS
No.
podcast this morning?
No.
The Mark Stein brought up average Al, which is...
That pisses you off.
No, it's in no way the case with Al Horford. And that wasn't his claim. He just brought up that someone came up with this nickname for him. So
yeah, Drew is 29.
Yeah, okay, so not that far off.
So I think, he's...
So 10 years older.
He's actually entering his prime.
10 years older than Zion. Interesting.
And he's a good guy, They have a lot of great guys who play good defense, and now they have a super stardom talent who's a rookie. So, yeah, they're not going to be that great. But I think New Orleans, man, they can do work. They can win like 40 games.
Yeah, and I just now remember that I think it was Griff who told who said that, well, it's not Zion's team, it's Drew Holiday's team. Nice. So maybe they are not trading it. And that's a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Just
reassure the guy.
Yeah, and letting the youngsters know that you should just watch this dude work. And, man, Drew Holiday was always the guy whose work ethic was great. And you just... can't say anything bad about the guy.
Definitely not.
Remember when he shut down Dame and CJ?
Yeah, well, that's still the pinnacle of his career, but it was still very, very impressive what he has done. So I'm hoping for better times for that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe not this year, but the next year for sure.
Or maybe the year after that.
So anyway, moving to... third pick of 2017, Jason Tatum.
Your favorite player?
Nah. you know, I'll tell you who's my favorite player.
I will want to listen to that. So
But
what are
Jason
we?
Tatum is finally the guy who actually improved since last year, and he was the first guy who made the playoffs out of those first two picks, and he made it for the both years, this year and last year. So he started the season with 80 games, his rookie season. That is the most, by the way, in any rookies, and that during that first year. And what he had 13.9 points per game, 5 rebounds, not a lot of assists.
What was that?
13.9.
Huh. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. See, I have the averages for 2 years. You mentioned
All right.
year.
So good numbers, and this year, you know, people talk about that he struggled. Man, he averaged. Okay, so he played a lot, 79 games. So the guy's durable, and he had 15.7 points per game, which is better. 6 rebounds per game, which is better, and 2.1 assists per game, which is also better. And again, made the playoffs. I mean, the guy is good.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of potential to the stardom next season.
And the roller coaster of people praising him and people shitting all over him, and we did a bit of that too around the playoffs. Remember? And because Boston sucked, but really it would be interesting. It would have been interesting to see how Boston would have looked like without Kyrie this year. Maybe they would have just ran with it.
The ultimate wish by every Boston fan.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely, I'm definitely high on Tatum. And I think it's cool for Boston that they didn't trade for AD, especially if the AD would have left anyway. So why would you even risk giving up Tatum for like a year rental of AD? Who can be a disgruntled little bitch and don't play?
For sure, man. Fuck.
Right. So anyway, yeah.
So I think it's a good pick. They set up themselves good with Jason Tatum. They did not miss on him, and this season was not shitty. It was a good season. Just compared to his playoffs. I mean, we always remember him during the playoff run in the first rookie year. But that was, again, no Kyrie. They had to do something, and Tatum just stepped up somehow, some way.
Yeah, but
the guy's on the right trajectory.
Yeah, for sure. And Tatum, I don't know, just looked like... I just remember Paul Pierce in his early days with the Celtics. A little bit. And it was cool to know that he worked with Kobe, as much as Boston fans hated it. Tatum, I mean, not Pierce. And just looking at that playoff run, it really looked like Tatum was the number one guy, but he wasn't that much like clear cut first guy, because they also had Jalen and Rozier stepping up and still had Al Horford.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but team just sort of focused and rallied around him. And when the crunch time came, obviously they shot all those threes. When they really just should have given the ball to Tatum and, you know, let him lead them to the promised land, I
just
guess.
don't like his shot. I still think it looks weird. Doesn't look like a good shot. And, of course, people make fun of him, you know, that he's shooting a lot of mid-range shots. He's got a ways to go. I don't know how his defense looks like. He's not exactly a playmaker, so maybe he doesn't have the right basketball IQ.
He's what, 20 years old now?
Still young as fuck.
I think he's 20,
He's
right?
still 20, I think so,
it's
yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Because he's 20 and he already played in the conference finals in his rookie year. And he's gonna play in his third year now, being 20. A lot of rookies that are coming in right now are older than him. It's fucking insane, man.
Yeah, that's the truth. So number 4 pick by Phoenix Suns. And again, you know, this draft really shows it's hard to make picks and it's hard to predict, and you should not think that you're a genius because you made one pick or the other. It's just a lot of guessing. But certain teams tend to make good picks and draft well, and some teams, like Philly, and like Suns, who picked Josh Jackson at number 4, they fucking suck, man.
Hey, but Philly picked Embiid and Simmons, so
So Josh Jackson, first year, 77 games, so pretty durable. 13 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 1.5 assists. I
he's
guess.
pretty shit though. No, don't
Well,
you
he's
agree?
playing for a crappy team, so yeah, of
and
course he's gonna
still he's
have
pretty
13
shit.
points. Yeah, he should have more.
I mean, I remember people were so fucking high on Josh Jackson, and no, we are not gonna trade him for like nobody, whatever. Fuck you. A lot of teams wanted to trade up for an opportunity to draft him because it was almost the consensus. First pick was Fultz. So kudos to Danny Ainge for trading down and drafting Tatum.
For sure. And actually, I forgot to mention, Lonzo Ball averaged most assists of all the rookie class during that first year. So, again, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Josh Jackson does not do anything better than other rookies.
doesn't give you a triple double.
Doesn't, maybe jumps higher.
But he doesn't shoot.
But this year, he got worse.
Yeah, and it's what's even more frustrating to me watching Josh Jackson play is that he has the physical capabilities to be great.
Wasn't there a rumor like he's got an attitude problem or something?
It looks like it might be. I'm just gonna throw a name, and you tell me if he doesn't resemble you on this player at all.
Wiggins?
Yeah, exactly. Wanted to say Andrew Wiggins.
Oh,
You
man.
have all the, I don't know, all the measurements, all the
Man.
capabilities to be great, and you
Might
just
be
fucking
right.
suck. You put up empty points on a trash team, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't know.
But again, what do you make of that team? But still, he played 79 games this year. He should do more than 11 points and 4 rebounds.
How old is he?
22.
Okay, so 22, already a bit older than say Tatum, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously the same draft
Forming
class.
into yourself who you're going to be in the league.
So it's tough on him too, I guess, because Phoenix is a shit show. They had all the coach changes, and
Goats shitting.
yeah, and people leaving. They sign the reset and they waive him. They have Tyson Chandler, who I'm pretty sure was the leader of the locker room, and they just waive him all of the sudden. So the personnel change. James Jones is coming in, so probably tough on him in that too. But I mean, everyone has to go through adversity. So I don't know. Still, I'm a disappointing pick. And
Very
Josh
much.
Jackson, as I spoke previously, sort of a good example how you can have a fourth pick, which is relatively high, and you draft someone with a potentially high ceiling and yeah, even high floor. You would think so. Well, projected, anyways, and still miss out. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, especially considering the guys that we are going to talk about.
Especially the number 5 pick, and knowing that Phoenix needs a point guard really bad. They had 17 point guards on the roster at one time, traded everyone away, and now they don't have any.
They said,
So-
fuck, man, this point guard
Fuck 'em.
stuff, fuck them.
Yeah. How about other positions?
Let's just stack them up there. De'Aaron Fox, number 5 pick for Sacramento Kings, man.
Now, this is your favorite player.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, he is. Love this dude. First season, not too great. I don't know what happened to him, but he was looking kind of bad.
Things happen.
But yeah, again, being part of a shitty organization where you're not built as a rookie. Again, Philly fucked up with Fultz. Suns are fucking with everybody. Sacramento the same way. It's bad for these rookies to enter to such shitty teams where you cannot really, mature and prosper. So he's not prospering the first year. Played 73 games, 11.6 points per game, which is not a lot. 2.8 rebounds, which is, Yeah. I mean, as a point guard, but still. But as a point guard, not a lot of assists either. Only 4.4. So very mediocre rookie season. But this year, he comes out with 81 games. So durable guy, I would say, right? When you play 80 games, I guess still, you're a rookie, so you should play all the games.
But
But
why did he miss that one game? I
don't
think it
know.
was some
Shenanigans.
outside of his
Cussed out
control.
Vladdy. I don't know.
Missed it in Toronto or something. Didn't have visa. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up.
Okay, so could have played easily the whole season and had 17.3 points per game. Still not the most out of all the second-year players, though. But awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
3.8 rebounds per game and then 7.3 assists per game, which is most in the sophomore season.
And it seems like he's like extremely high energy guy.
Yeah.
Which is real helpful on defense because he just can, be the key cog on the offensive schemes and then not be completely flushed out on the defense.
Oh, yeah.
And he's quite good on defense. Sorry.
Very good.
Yeah,
I would say. So, yeah, you missed on this guy, man. When you're Phoenix and as you said, you needed
there are better people.
Sure, there are. But, man, how the fuck? So then we go to number 6 pick. Jonathan Isaac from Orlando Magic. First season, I don't know what happened to him. Just got injured, most likely. Played only 27 games and did not have a great season. 5 points, almost 4 rebounds per game, and barely an assist per game. Not even an assist per game. So shitty season. Do you know what happened to this guy? Who's kind of a small forward, power forward?
Yeah, he was injured a lot. And plus, it's Magic. Orlando Magic, that is.
Misdiagnosed the guy. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But he come back this season, 75 games, 9.6 points per game, 5.5 rebounds per game, and 1 assist finally.
He definitely has the potential because he has this unique body. He's real lean, real tall, and just quick for his size.
Yeah.
So as long as he keeps working, he has the potential to be very good. And it's still, dude only played 2 years in the league right now, so can't make any don't just count him out just yet.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And he's one of the guys, Tatum, Fox, and Isaac now, 3 guys out of the 6 picks that actually got better second season. So still, says something to you. But till this day, till this pick, Tatum is the only guy who actually played in the playoffs.
Definitely not a lock to be someone great, though, Isaac. But there's potential.
Did I say a lock?
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And then we go to Lauri Markkanen, Mr. Better Than Dirk Nowitzki guy. Man, pretty impressive stats. First year, 68 games played.
Pretty impressive. I would say fucking amazing. I don't know.
For number 7 pick, for sure, fucking amazing. 15 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, which leads the rookie season. And, for a power forward, just an assist per game. This year, he was injured, though.
But
still
when he played great. He played real great.
Man, yeah. Again, leads the rookie sophomore class with 9 rebounds per game, 18 points per game, almost 19.
It's, to me, I don't know. To me, Markkanen is probably it's close to the best guy from this draft class.
So that's what we're going to talk about at the end then. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So, another guy who had amazing first season and yet had a better second season. So, once again, way better pick.
And I have a question for you.
Chicago is known to pick... Wait, Minnesota picked them?
Minnesota picked him. Well, I mean, that's the question. Minnesota traded Jimmy Butler for Chris Dunn
right.
and Levine and number 7 pick. which turned out to be Markkanen. So
Minnesota fucked up.
it's a two-edged sword, I guess, because on one hand, you definitely take Jimmy fucking Butler out of Chicago without knowing what went down in Mini, right?
And they have Cat, so I
You
guess.
just take him, right?
Sure.
And you form this big three of Wiggins because you still think that he might be good back then. And
I mean, if you're Thibodeau, of course you take him.
yeah, but great haul for disgruntled star for Chicago because Levine is all right. They maybe overpaid a bit, but Chris Dunn is all right, starting caliber point guard. Markkanen has, I don't know, it's star in the making. I think he definitely has the potential to be an all-star.
For sure.
By the way, no all-stars yet from this 2017 crop. But
yeah, that tells you something.
But that's all right though.
It wasn't regarded as, star-studded draft anyway, but
it was considered to be a good draft.
but it was, yeah,
probably best one.
one of the better ones because there are a lot of high-quality
Probably best
players.
one. Yeah, probably best since 2000.
Since 2003, yeah. Let's talk about shitty picks, though. Number 8, Frank Ntilikina. Again, by the fucking usual suspects, New York Knicks. I don't know. I was never high on the guy. I'm not high on the draft anyway, but I just didn't think that he has good game anywhere. And
I'm never high on people who play in Europe, play in EuroLeague, like for Strasbourg team.
yeah, what the fuck, man?
And score 2 points per game or something. Play 15 minutes at max, and he's like, "Whoa, it's an amazing prospect." Yeah, it's EuroLeague. If he would be that amazing, he would be playing like Luka Doncic was for Real Madrid. Well, that's a prospect, right? Because you are 16 or whatever, and you are young, but you are fucking good, and that's the age doesn't really matter that much then. So Ntilikina, I don't know, probably just dumb thinking by Knicks. He's
Probably.
Euro must be real good, and he has like long arms. We should draft him. Yeah,
So he had
he's a plus
crappy
defender,
season.
but what does that help if you can't shoot for shit? You can't really play make.
What a shitty pick, man. The Knicks are just so frustrating. So, he had bad stats. I mean, 6 points barely in the first season, 2.3 rebounds, 3 assists. And this year he was injured, right? 43 games only played.
Yeah,
And less points, 5.7 points.
and
Seems like it's impossible to get worse than 5.9 already.
but
he
no.
didn't. And actually less rebounds, 2 instead of 2.3.
And less playing time.
Yeah.
Must
Why?
have been less.
Why though?
Different coach for starters, because Fisdale came, and surprisingly, I watched a lot of Knicks games this season, and remember that even before I said that they should still give Ntilikina a chance, and they're Knicks anyway, nobody cares.
Yeah.
You're tanking, so just play the guy,
Yeah.
as opposed to playing Trey Burke, who's, I don't know, got to be like around 30 years old now, probably. And he's not the player of your future anyway, so Alonzo Trier, yeah, I don't think so, man. Probably a good role player at best. So, yeah, just play the guy. You believed in him for some reason, so just give him a chance, like a real chance, without, making him... If he makes a turnover or two and you just bench him and don't play him for, like, 2.5 quarters, how is he gonna maintain any confidence in him? So just play the guy, whatever. If he doesn't pan out, just you don't extend, then that's it.
Okay, I think we're wasting too much time on this shit, but
On Knicks.
yeah, the Knicks, man. The Knicks have now Dennis Smith Jr., number 9 pick,
Look how that
picked up by the Mavericks. Another point guard, and now they pick R.J. Barrett.
only took. But RJ is not a point guard, right?
He's not? I thought he was. He was like their main distributor
Yeah,
in
but
Duke.
he's not the real point guard. To me, though, I think he would be like a playmaking too. I would say. I wouldn't play him as a point guard in the NBA.
But still, him and Dennis Smith, I don't think they gel that much. Oh, yeah, he's 6'7". Fuck yeah, he's actually a small forward considered to be.
I would say shooting guard, but yeah, whatever. Positions are fluid these days.
Yeah, he can go in between.
So
All right, so he's not exactly a point guard. Doesn't need to play that part. But the problem is Dennis Smith doesn't play that part either.
I like
He's
Dennis
a scorer.
Smith. I like Dennis Smith.
He's a
Jr.
powerful scorer.
in the first season. Second, yeah, maybe took a step
He did, yeah.
back. Not even looking at the stats, but just from the
I'm
eye
looking at it.
test. Yeah, but he has the potential, I guess. Just really needs to put in the work because he has the physical ability. He just needs to get a consistent shot and might be an alright player, might be a starter. Can't see Dennis Smith Jr. making an all-star team though.
Yeah. People don't like to play with him, I guess. He's a selfish player.
I don't know.
Yeah, he wants to be a star. And, well, whatever. Good for him. I mean, he's got those abilities.
He
for
can
sure.
be a star for one season in New York.
I think so.
For
This
the next
season.
one, yeah.
This is his season.
Exactly.
So, RJ Barrett, bad news for you.
Until RJ gets his feet wet. And what do you
And
think about
KD
Knox?
comes in.
Because I like Knox. I don't know. It's just the irrational liking of the guy. It's all the advanced stats were so shitty. He was worse than Wiggins. So that tells you something. But I don't know. I still think that Knox might be good somehow. So just,
We'll talk about him next season. I think he's got potential.
yeah, I guess so.
Because he's a rookie. Pretty interesting pick, Zach Collins at number 10 by Sacramento. I mean, I don't know why he's here. He doesn't fucking belong here. But really, the draft
In
takes...
10th?
Yeah.
It's
The
10th
draft
pick,
takes the
though.
shit, yeah.
So, you know.
So we got Zach Collins. I guess Malik Monk is then more of
My
a
guy.
prospect.
Man, Malik Monk was my guy. I thought he would be much greater than he is. And that first season,
Well, he
I
is
was
getting better
Yeah.
slowly.
real slowly. So right now, like I'm still on the Knox bandwagon, but I'm off the Malik Monk hype train, I guess. Cause one more season maybe, but first season it was Clifford not giving him the opportunity. Now what's the coach's name? Borrego, right? For Charlotte. So at first he started playing Monk a lot, and he was like the starter, and shot was falling in, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And back to the bench, back to the doghouse, and just not getting significant minutes, especially as a young player, would do this to you, would mess up with your psyche a bit, and no confidence anymore. No confidence means no consistency, and there you go. Not ideal.
I'm
What do
already
you think about Malik Monk?
I think it's weird, man. We skipped already Zach Collins. Malik Monk, okay, you have beliefs, and I don't blame you. Then we have Luke Kennard, and number 14 was Bam Adebayo, and the guy I missed in all of this shit. It seems like, okay, now the draft is taking, downward spiral to the pure toilet.
Nope.
No, number 13 pick. The best rookie out of all of this, Donovan Mitchell. Jesus Christ. How
For
did you
sure
miss
the
this guy?
best rookie, though. Well, for sure the best player. You have him above Tatum and above Markkanen.
So I guess we'll talk about then. But, in the I'm just talking that he was rookie of the year. Number 13 pick.
It was Ben Simmons,
down.
though.
Yeah, whatever. I rooted for Ben Simmons to win this. But, Donovan Mitchell was the actual rookie. And out of these picks, he was the guy to compete for the Rookie of the Year. Also made the playoffs. So not a lot of guys made the playoffs, actually, from the rookie class and the sophomore class. Well, I guess Kennard fucking made it.
Well, apart from Tatum and Mitchell making it both years, don't really think. Maybe it's Collins, right?
All right.
But
I mean,
he
yeah.
doesn't play a big role
Play
there.
off the bench, and he's already playing this enforcer role. Like he tries to get into, a lot of contact, shit talking.
Kind of looks like a douchebag to me too. So
He already looks like a douchebag.
role fits him.
Him and Miles
Really.
Turner both look like fucking, high school jocks.
So
Yeah, back to Mitchell. I mean, first season leads rookies with in points, 20.5. Could be better assist maker, I guess, playmaker, but he's a shooting guard. So anyway, not a point guard necessarily, and Rubio is doing that shit.
But he was portrayed to be the point guard, right? I mean, I consider
He's
him
what,
a
like
point
6'3", right? So he's
60 more like I
he
think.
could be.
So
Thing is, he's very athletic and he's willing to go under the basket. A lot like D Wade, really. So
yeah, the D-Wade comparisons.
yeah, of course he's not D Wade. I mean, D Wade was fucking amazing.
I know.
But the shot making ability, Mitchell has it. Just he wasn't consistent, and he got better this season. That's
How
the
old is
thing.
he? Can you
Let me
look
just
it up?
look. Yeah. Good that I have a hyperlink right to Wikipedia.
26.
22. Yeah, so the guy has the world by the balls, and now he's part of a great team. Mike Conley's joining the squad. The Jazz can be the force, but Donovan Mitchell needs to be more consistent. And, again, towards the end of the season, he already picked it up. I think BS picked him as a third All-NBA.
Somebody did, for sure. Somebody did. Either one of the starters, jobless, or BS, somebody did. And I can't be mad. But I think the main thing Mitchell gets credit for, obviously, is his scoring. Because he's still flimsy on defense, and he is not that consistent either, especially in the playoffs. Because I was
Yeah.
a bit disappointed when he played the Rockets this
Very.
year. But fuck that, they played
They
hard
played the
and
defense
did
shitty, yeah.
dog shit defense, or what was that?
Doggy style.
Doggy style defense, yeah. Dog shit.
But it was
It's
dog shit
better.
for sure.
So, yeah, but he gets the credit because he is making playoffs in Western Conference and leading his team.
Leading the team.
The first run was great because they beat OKC, right? They did beat
Yeah.
OKC with
And Mitchell was
PG
on fire.
and Westbrook, and he was fucking firing, and he was going toe-to-toe with CP3 in the next round of that
Yeah.
playoffs. So he was great then. And it's funny with Mitchell because he started the season kind of quietly, the rookie season he did, but after first 12 maybe games.
Sophomore season, you mean?
No, first season, the rookie
Oh.
season.
He did?
It took him. I definitely remember because I was considering snatching him from the waiver wire for the fantasy, and it took him 2 weeks or something like that. And I remember making a mistake then because Rodney Hood was available. He was still on the Jazz, and I was thinking, okay, probably just a funny stretch for Mitchell. He will settle down, and he never did. After that, he picked up this team and he just rode to the end of the season. And this last season, he started also a bit quietly because teams
Yeah.
adjusted to him more.
Yeah,
And-
that's the thing. For the
but that's-
rookies, it's tough coming into the second season.
But
When-
he adjusted.
And he did.
Yeah, you have
Kudos
to
to the
give
guy.
him credit for that. Probably best player out of this class. Anyway, imagine Knicks drafted Donovan Mitchell.
Oh my god.
They probably then don't trade Porzingis for
Yeah. For Dennis Smith? For sure not.
PB&J sandwich.
I mean, yeah, this is, man, so disappointing, that this guy did not get picked. But I guess good for Mitchell. I'm happy to see guys on good teams. And Tatum, because of how stupid, Sacramento was initially, and, well, Philadelphia, whatever. They had a topic anyway. So, that's why Tatum is playing for Boston now. So it's fun. It's fun to see them playing in the playoffs, competing against good teams.
Never
and
went to
delivering.
conference finals though, like Tatum did.
So to sum up, out of this class,
So we are doing the full lottery, right? Bama Debayo. I like
I
Bama
touched on it
Debayo.
real quick. I mean,
I like Bama Debayo. Let's just leave it with that.
he did get better since his rookie season. Played all 82 games, led the sophomore class, sophomore season, and at least for these 14 picks. And what? 8.9 points, 7.3 rebounds.
Ah,
That's good.
yeah, good role player for the Heat. Kind
Very
of
good.
like the Heat, man. Anyway, don't forget John Collins, please.
No, I just picked the lottery class. 14 picks.
Okay, but can we at least get a shout out to John Collins, who's probably like top 5 of the class, and Kuzma maybe as well?
Are you sure? So let's look at this, man.
Okay.
So Mitchell for sure is there in the top 5. I'm not saying number 1. I'm just saying in top 5.
Do it.
Tatum is in top 5.
Sure, Markkanen.
Fox and Markkanen.
Yeah. And John Collins for me. He's a 2010 dude. This season he probably
For
was
sure he is.
2010 guy.
So Kuzma, no, he's not top
Kuzma
5.
is just a scorer.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get high on Kuzma because he was like, what, 27th pick, if I'm not mistaken?
Kuzma?
Yeah,
I think so.
27th pick. And okay, and he scores a lot, and he has the swag about him, and just, yeah.
So which pick was Collins?
19.
Okay. Still top 20. I guess it's all right. But so, yeah, out of out of all these picks, man, you would take Markelle Fultz out. You would probably take Ball out. He's not your top 5.
Oh, yeah, Ball. Man.
Josh Jackson.
Oh,
Frank
Josh
Ntilikina,
Jackson,
just
fuck
get
out
the
of
fuck
here.
out of here. Even Dennis Smith, he got worse this season. So I guess, the defense adjusted to him, and he has not adjusted since. And then we're talking about Zach Collins. I mean, whoa, why? How do you miss on John Collins and pick Zach Collins?
Just looking real quickly at the second round, by the way. No notable names apart from maybe Dylan Brooks and Thomas Bryant. It's probably it. Yeah, Jordan Bell, Semi Ojale, but if you are gonna list these guys, yeah.
So there you go, guys. Making these picks, it's tough. So, talk shit about this year's draft and who picked number 5, who picked number 6 or number 10. Okay, let's shit on the Suns. But besides that, you cannot really pretend to be geniuses here because it's tough and only time will tell. Only time will tell. Because right now, as we said, John Collins is a top 5 third-year player coming into the next season for sure. And who's your favorite? Who'd you pick at number 1?
Man, the injury concerns about Markkanen.
Yeah.
He's just a big dude, and you always, get risky with that. I don't know. Probably Mitchell, I guess. But I don't know. Do I have to pick one? Okay, I'll just say Tatum then. Probably Tatum. But it's so close because those 5 guys are fucking ridiculously good. Fox is insane.
Yeah.
Collins has the potential to be a 2010 beast for years.
Yeah. Who do you think has the best season next season?
Who's your number 1?
As much as I like Fox, and as much as I gave praise to Mitchell, I think I would pick Tatum as well.
Nice.
So who's gonna have the best season?
This next year?
Yeah.
Sheesh, tough to say because we don't know how the NBA is gonna look like. I'm
predicting Mitchell.
Right? I would say maybe Tatum, because especially if they don't bring anyone else, and Gordon Hayward of last season, not of like 3 seasons ago. So he kind of has to step up, and I think that he has it in him. I think Markkanen has a good chance of having a great season too, because
Yeah, he does.
probably they are not gonna change like 3 coaches in the season anymore, the Bulls, and they have the
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Kobe White now, Chris Dunn playmaking, so another year of experience. I don't know. Mitchell, I don't know, man. I think that Conley will take something away from him. Obviously, he will give something back too, because
I think he's gonna make him
better
life
player,
easier. Yeah,
right?
better player for sure. Because I like Rubio very much, but he wasn't
But he created some shots as well.
true.
He created the opportunities. He made the ball move, and I don't know that Conley will do the same in terms of ball movement. Sure, he will create more spaces because he
create
can
more space,
he
yeah.
can score way better than Rubio can.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was always, we're just gonna let this guy shoot, and he will just airball it free.
I'm really looking
Iguodala
forward
style.
to that Rubio and Gobert pick and roll though. If coach Mr. Maniac is not completely insane, he will run the pick and roll with Conley and Gobert, and that.
Yeah, you said Rubio before. I
fucking
wanted to
insane.
fix you.
Oh yeah, Rubio. Yeah, he could have ran it with Rubio too, because he's a good pick and roll
For
player.
sure.
Anyway.
So fun times. I mean, Western Conference is just loaded, and I cannot wait to see.
But
The last time I talked about them being very impressive, I didn't mention the Kings. The thing I love about Fox, I don't think he can get that much better. Maybe 20 points. He can get there somehow, some way, but maybe not next season. I don't know. But I like his mentality. You know, when he came onto he did that car wash apparently, where he goes.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe not, that's not the case because Fox is in where Undisputed. That's in Los Angeles, I think, right?
Isn't everything though?
Talking out of my ass. No, everything's ESPN. That's the car wash. That's in like Connecticut or some shit. Bristol, Connecticut.
Okay, whatever.
But when he was on Undisputed, at least, the way he spoke, the way he analyzed the game, the way he analyzed the players and himself and the context in other players' eyes, shit, man, that guy he's got a brain.
Do you still have it up? How old is Fox again? He's also maybe
21,
20?
I think. Let me just look again.
Might be 21.
Yeah, 21.
Okay. So, it's funny, right? How we just said that Collins has these beast stats and Mitchell scores has potential to score 25 a game almost, but we both picked Tatum.
Because it's good, man. Everyone's
he's just
kept
solid.
shitting for no reason.
He's just solid.
Well, okay, there was some reasons, but
Yeah, we shat on him too.
but yeah, he's solid. All of these guys need to work on their consistency, man.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. Who's the first guy out of 2017 class to make an all-star team? Adebayo? Zach Collins?
Somebody in the East, right? So I would pick Collins. I would pick Tatum, Markkanen.
But the team has to be alright then. So
Tatum.
maybe Mitchell has more chances. Like if Utah is legit, like Utah has.
It's tough with the guards.
But if Utah is like third,
I mean, Russell Westbrook probably is not going to make it next year.
fuck them. If Utah is third in the West, you have to pick someone.
For sure.
And it's probably not gonna be Mike Conley because he never makes it. And probably not
Gobert can definitely make it.
Because he never makes it.
He's going to complain enough till he makes it. I don't know. What's your pick? I picked Tatum. I mean, it's cliche, but I think it's
Maybe
Tatum.
Tatum as well. It makes sense.
Fuck, man. This turned to such a Boston fest.
Yeah.
Tatum love fest. All right, guys. We talked enough about this. If you're bored, we apologize. We spent a lot of time
If they're bored, fuck them.
discussing this, but it's fun. You know, it's draft, so it's all about the draft talk. And, don't judge. don't judge the rookies who suck this year, and don't, go too high on the rookies who are amazing. Besides Zion, because, man, I cannot wait to see him dunk and go crazy and just look unstoppable.
So, quick, bold prediction right now. June 26th,
Rookie of the year?
2019. Rookie of the year, no. Zion. What career is he going to have? Like, give me a player.
Shit.
Sean Kemp. Blake Griffin.
Was Sean Kemp a shooter? I don't remember.
Nah.
Larry Johnson was kind of a shooter.
Well, he could shoot, but Larry Johnson. So
It's not gonna be.
Dennis Rodman.
It's not gonna be something crazy, right? I don't think so.
You don't think that he's gonna be like top 10 when it's all said and done?
Top 10 of all time? No. Fuck, man. Kobe's not top 10 of all.
What?
Arguably he is.
Oh, the fuck dare you?
Man, times change,
Don't you fucking say this on this podcast.
Okay, I take it back. Kobe is. But there's always, every single year, there's a guy that you need to scratch off the list.
Yeah, but it's fair about top 10, but, like, do you think he will have better career than Blake Griffin?
Oh, yes. I think so.
Will he make All-Star the first season? Blake Griffin was the last one who did it, right? Rookie season All-Star.
He got injured, so he wasn't exactly a rookie.
Well, yeah, fair point. Well, first season he played.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Okay. How much influence does fan vote has?
Oh, shit, man.
25%?
It's crazy now.
Something like 25%. So imagine if...
but if it's tied, I think the fan vote matters the most or something. No? I don't remember.
Imagine, though, there is a scenario, I think, where... Could be a scenario where Nola makes 8th seed. By the time All-Star game happens, they could be like 6th or something.
So you think they can make the playoffs?
Not sure about the playoffs, but I think that Zion can make the All-Star in the first season. If they are like
For sure, man.
6th
For
to
sure he
8th,
can.
something 5th to 8th, 9th, something that range, and he has 2010. I don't see the reason why not. I think that he's going to be extremely popular. That's for sure. So,
Yeah.
Why
he
not?
Will. He will be. Yeah, that's a fair point about the fan votes. But nowadays, it doesn't matter that much.
well, even if it's 25%, Dwayne Wade almost did it. Anyway, so how many votes for Zion in all NBA?
Shut the fuck up, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. Check us out on YouTube right now as well. Don't forget to subscribe. And all the good shit, Send us emails, leave us posts and on Instagram and comments on Facebook.
What's the email address?
Podcast.its for iThinkSports @gmail.com.
There you have it.
So yeah, let us know who do you think from this 2017 class will have the best season and who's actually the best player. Or give us a question or anything like that. That would be very welcome. So thank you for tuning in for now. I think I'm going to do a preview and a recap of MMA on Friday because goddamn it, so many things went on, so many cards went on. So yeah, I had to split this up because man, we did
I'm going to tune in.
2 hours. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, amazing card coming up. Junior Dos Santos versus Francis Ngannou. So check that shit out. But yeah, we're going to preview that and recap what happened in the past weekend as well because it was also really bonkers. So for now, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is me, Double D.
And Al, peace.
Enjoy the sports. Until the next time.